is Jaci Maynard, and today I'm going to be sharing my story with you of what life is like for somebody who is not perceived as normal. So I was born with a condition called Ectrodactyly, which is basically just a malformation of the limbs. So it can affect all of your limbs, it can affect just some of them, or in my case, only one. So I am very thankful that it only affects one of my limbs, because I feel like it would have been way harder to adapt to life with all four limbs affected. There are different levels of severity of the malformation. So although I only have one limb affected, which I'm very thankful for, I do have the most severe kind, which is when your forearm is also affected. So this is what my arm looks like. As you can see, it curves right here. It's shorter than my other arm. These fingers are kind of webbed together, and this would be my pointer finger. My hand is flipped backwards. So if you held your hands out like this, my thumb would be right here, but it wouldn't be right there in this case. It would be over here. This is my pointer finger, and this is my pinky. So it's flipped, which is kind of cool to think about. And yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of be getting into the different kinds of things that people always ask me, and kind of just bringing awareness to what I have, because for so long of my life I spent so much time trying to hide myself from something that I could never run from. This is always going to be a part of me, and I have to learn how to express it. So I'm just gonna shed some light on it, and hopefully this video, you guys take something from this video and learn something. And yeah, so one of the main things I get asked is, what are some of the struggles that you deal with? What things can you not do? If I'm going to be 100% transparent with you, there is not a single thing that I cannot do. And I'm not just saying that because I'm embarrassed to admit something that I can't do. When you have something like this, it's all you'll ever know, and it's all you have ever known. So you kind of just adapt to life with this thing. I'm not saying there's not things that I don't struggle with, because a lot of things are harder for me, but I still do them. Like, I can ride a bike, I can tie my shoes, I can do my hair, I can swim, and you would not think that I could, but I can do those things. So I've kind of just adapted. So that is my answer to that question. Another question that I get is, how was my life growing up? Were kids mean? And like, just how was it? So I will say that when I was younger, I'm talking like kindergarten, I never saw anything wrong with my arm. All throughout elementary school and halfway through middle school, I did not see a single thing wrong with my arm. Sure, kids were confused and they would say things, but we were kids. I didn't really understand. Like, I didn't know that I was supposed to be offended by some of the things that these kids were saying. So like, I didn't really see a problem with it. I had a bunch of friends. I was a normal kid, despite having this big difference. Up until I got into, I want to say, 7th grade. Surprisingly enough, as we got older, kids started getting meaner. So I got called things like the R slur, and I was told that if someone had this arm, they would off themselves. So I'm just, some things like that. 12 years old, being told those things at such a young age can really affect your mental health, obviously. And it did affect my mental health. I have been in and out of school since 8th grade, like switching from online back to in person, because I mentally could not handle it. 8th grade was such a bad school year for me. It ruined the way that I saw myself. It ruined my mental health. It ruined my confidence. It gave me very bad anxiety, and I didn't even want to leave my house. So it was really hard for me to go to school and thrive in the school environment, because I had so many bad experiences that were connected to school for me. So all in all, I am in school now. I am a junior, and I've come a long way. My confidence is back. I love myself. I think that my differences are beautiful. They're what makes me me. If I'm at school, I don't look like a single person there, and I think that that's a good thing. I feel like I don't want to be like everybody else anymore, and I spent so much time wishing that I was. I just honestly don't know why, because I know that there's nothing wrong with me. It's just one of my differences, and differences are what make people beautiful. Something else I want to discuss, what are the pros to it? Although this isn't a question, because I don't think a single person would look at me and think that there could be any pros to what I have. But I think the biggest thing that I am so grateful for is the outlook that it has given me on life. I definitely look at life as such a different viewpoint from a lot of people that I know. And although it did take me a long time to get to this point, I genuinely I'm grateful for it, and I do think that's a big pro. So I'm kind of heading towards the end of this video, but I really hope that you guys took something out of this, and if you have something that's different about you, do not be ashamed of it. It might take you a while to get to a point where you are fully comfortable with it, but you should never, ever, ever try and hide something about yourself, especially if it's something that you know you cannot fix, because that'll never end. If you continuously try to hide that aspect of yourself and are ashamed of it, and it's something that's always going to be there, that cycle will never end. You have to pull yourself out of thinking that way. And I am so grateful that I did. I have a beautiful family that has helped me through so much, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching.